What's up guys, it's your boy Rojo. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking MCU and the future projects, and we're also going to be talking about their projects that they got released in 2024. We're going to look back at some of them. We're going to see if they were good, if they were bad. I'm going to be completely transparent and honest, but in all reality, I'm excited for the future of the MCU, especially with Secret Wars and Doomsday coming, and Spider-Man 4 set to be released, in 2026. So the Fantastic Four also next year, we're going to have that movie and the Thunderbolts. We're also going to have Daredevil Born Again, and we're going to have Captain America Brave New World. It hasn't been the best year for comic book movies. We've had a few exceptions from DC and Marvel. We have Deadpool and Wolverine, grossing $1 billion in the box office. We also have The Penguin in HBO Max, and Creature Commandos, which is a solid entry to, the comic book media as we get closer and closer to the end of the year. We've been treated to a couple of stuff, but it hasn't been all fun and games these past few years, especially for Marvel. They've been scrambling a lot, especially when they face problems, that we aren't aware of, or the general audiences aren't aware of. Executives, being switched around. We also have actors getting into legal trouble. But we won't get into much of those subjects because I feel like the pivot that they did wasn't the best, for the company and in the best interest for the viewer. With us basically getting, Disney Plus series every 2 months from the Marvel side of things, it hasn't been all the best quality, and they know that, especially because most of the episodes are filmed twice because they don't know what the audience reception is going to be for some of the series and the movies that are coming up. But overall, I'm still excited and I remain hopeful, and I hope you guys do too. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Captain America Brave New World. So as we get closer and closer to the release date of Captain America Brave New World, we can see that, the Marvel Studios is sort of bleeding. This movie is confirmed to have up to 20 reshoots, and movie critics haven't been praising this movie. They've praised other movies, like, let's say, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, or, like The Penguin on HBO Max. So it is worrisome. It is worrisome, especially because Marvel is in this tangle between doing really good and doing really bad. If they keep on releasing stuff like What If, that is going to keep, the general audiences still watching, but it's different, and they're going to be expecting a different tone every single time now, because now that you've shown them that you have variety and it's not the best of quality, what do you expect for the future of the MCU? So, like, is that going to get people in the seats, going later on down the line? And I know whenever it comes to Doomsday, whenever it comes to Secret Wars, it's going to be the exception, just because, these movies have huge named actors in the movie. So, yeah, Captain America Brave New World, I heard it had a couple of reshoots. First, it was because the movie was matching several, real life problems. They didn't want to get any backlash on that, so they had to switch it up. But yeah, I feel like there's ways to pivot whenever a mistake is made. Marvel just tends to make the worst mistakes. I've been watching What If. I don't know if anyone, is enjoying it as much as they want to make it out to be, but, there's just few episodes in there that are good. The Mysterio episode was pretty good. It was, in a way, an adaptation of the Old Man Logan storyline. Whenever he forced him with his illusions, he made him see villains, and it was his friends fighting him, and yeah, he ended up killing everyone, and that's why Logan is so miserable. And I feel like that would have made more, television for Deadpool and Wolverine. I thought they were going to go with that storyline, and I thought they were going to show us glimpses of that, and I don't know if What If using Riri Williams was the best execution, but I did like the episode. So yeah, I'll give it an 8.5 so far. What If. Obviously there's some episodes that I haven't even tried watching, like the Agatha Goes to Hollywood one. I haven't watched that one. I know it ties in, with the Eternals, and it ties in with Dark Magic. And I want to also watch the one where Howard the Duck gets hitched, because I haven't gave that one, the time of day, but I am gonna watch it because I don't like to be a hypocrite with my word. I like to watch stuff and then form my own opinion. Like this last episode, I don't remember what year it was, but it was 1960 something, I believe. And yeah, I like that one. That one was enjoyable. I like anything Shang-Chi related, and I like the action. I don't know, the animation kind of takes me out of it, and that's the only thing. Whenever it comes to the animation, it kind of looks blocky, or I don't know, it just kind of looks like really smoothed out, and like Yeah, it's kind of goofy in a way, and it takes me out of it. It doesn't have that Marvel Cinematic Universe feel to it. You know, there's, even though some cool stuff is happening, I can't really get lost in it because the animation takes me so much out of it. All right, let's talk about Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four, you know, it has a good cast. Fantastic Four 2025, we have Vanessa Kirby, Susan Storm, we have Joseph Quinn, Johnny Storm, we have Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, Julie Gardner as Shalabal, Silver Surfer, Ralph Ineson, Galactus, and Natasha Lyonne in a hidden... Hold up. We have Natasha Lyonne as a hidden character, John Malkovich as well, we have Paul Walter Hauser, Ibn Maj Bernard, The Thing, and we have Zara Niles. So yeah, it's a pretty stacked cast, and we have a bunch of secret roles. You know, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 secret roles, and I'm pretty sure they're going to be the villains of the story. And we know that Silver Surfer is going to be in the story. We have Galactus being involved in a way. So yeah, this is crazy. This movie's shaping out to be really good, and with the futuristic tone of the universe, it's going to be, you know, really nice, especially going into Doomsday and Secret Wars. I don't know about you guys, but I've been playing Marvel Rivals a lot, and it's the closest adaptation that we've gotten to Battle World, especially right now, live action. It's given us a feel of how, you know, characters are going to look going against each other, and what to expect coming forward with these future movies that are going to take in Battle World. We have a couple of, you know, secret projects that haven't been announced yet, but I've heard a bunch of rumors about a Wolverine versus Hulk movie, and that could be really cool. And we also have Captain America coming back, Steve Rogers. I don't know if he's going to come back as Captain America or as Nomad, or he could be Captain Hydra. Either or, you know, regardless, I'm really excited for everyone coming back for this movie. Robert Downey Jr. is already, you know, confirmed to be coming back as Doctor Doom. We have Chris Evans coming back to play Nomad, and we have Scarlett Johansson. We don't know what role she's going to be playing, but I don't know, maybe Marvel is going, you know, a Dark Avengers route, or, you know, a multiversal threat that's going to be the old Avengers team, the old Avengers team and the old Avengers lineup. But they're going to be, you know, there's going to be a twist, and they're going to be different versions of the characters. So yeah, overall, I'm excited, bro, for these movies. I'm excited for, you know, the future of the MCU. I'm really excited to see how the MCU is going to be competing, you know, especially next year, that we have Superman coming out, we have Lanterns coming out, and we have Peacemaker season 2 coming out. So actually, I don't know about Lanterns. I think Lanterns starts filming next year, but hopefully, you know, we have a lot of superhero media. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. You know, I rather much talk about, you know, comic book media whenever the things are cool, whenever I enjoy everything, whenever it's not a drag and it doesn't feel like homework whenever I'm watching it. Let me change the subject and let's go into Thunderbolts. I think Thunderbolts could be, you know, the defining factor coming Battle World, you know, because we're gonna have the Sentry in it, we're gonna have, you know, a bunch of super soldiers in it, and they're all vigilantes, and they're all, you know, really not afraid to get their hands dirty. So I wonder if, I don't know if the rating has been announced yet, but I really hope this, like, upcoming MCU, you know, movies, it's gonna be more rated R projects, because I feel like a character like the Sentry deserves a rated R project, because anyone that has read the comics, you know, obviously the most known adaptation of the Sentry, where he's where he forgets, you know, his past, and they're showing visions of him going through time, him being a superhero the whole time, and, you know, the world basically forgetting about him. And later on, it turns out that he was the Void, you know, that he was merged with the Void, and he served like as a portal, if I'm not mistaken. But I haven't read that issue in a while, so I would really recommend for you to check it out. But I really enjoy comics, especially when the adaptations are better than the actual, you know, live action ones. So yeah, I mean, I want to know what y'all guys are excited about, because I really think the perception in Marvel is really split. But I know the general audience, I know that they're bandwagons, and I know once Marvel starts, you know, getting on that hype train again, they're gonna be right back in it. And that's why I never fall off. That's why, you know, I never stop watching these things, because at the end of the day, they're pulling numbers, regardless if it's hate, if it's, you know, good content that they're, you know, releasing. But people want to watch the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and it's one of the biggest IPs, you know, in ever. Yeah, because their numbers are insane. They haven't been at the best, you know, recently, but their numbers still, you know, shit on DC numbers even at their worst. So that tells you how big, you know, the Marvel brand is. And yeah, I mean, Daredevil Born Again looks really good. I think, you know, the Punisher coming back is a really good thing, giving us more street level heroes, because that's what I want to see. I mean, I want to see a Spider-Man Daredevil team up. I want to see a Spider-Man Punisher team up. I've seen White Tiger, you know, get several mentions in the Daredevil Born Again series, and we're also gonna get Bullseye back. So yeah, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is shaping out to be great this upcoming year. But if they don't, you know, step up and rise to the occasion right now, when there's, you know, a gap to be filled in the comic book industry, especially in movie media, then that gap is going to be filled by someone else. And sadly, you know, people move on, and people rather watch something that they're going to enjoy than actually watch something that feels like home or a drag. So like I said before, I don't want any of these industries to do bad. Like, I'm a comic book fan before anything, and I enjoy any storyline, you know, DC, Marvel storylines, and yeah, just both IPs are really good, and I don't know if there's anything else I could talk about. Doomsday. Let's talk about Doomsday and several, you know, Battle World projects. So Doomsday right around the corner too, you know, 2027 or 2026, I believe. No, 2026. Yeah, this movie is crazy. I mean, I've heard how much they're gonna pay Robert Downey Jr., and he better show up and he better show out, because if it's payday, baby, I mean, you better bank the best of it. And I know he can be a really menacing villain. I've seen him in Oppenheimer, and yeah, he was really good. He really portrayed an insecure character that he thought he was supposed to be the center of attention. He thought everyone was against him, and that made him really bad and really mean and really insecure, you know. And I like the emotion that he shows, you know, in his face, like whenever he gets angry. Yeah, I mean, I hope this movie does good. I really hope that the cast that they're bringing back, they're coming back not just for the payday, but for the script. I really think that the script is going to be awesome. I think the shock factor is going to be awesome. I think, you know, the connections between the multiverse are going to be pretty cool. The Secret Wars storyline was one of the best storylines to ever, you know, release in comic books. Hickman's run, Shooter. Yeah. Alright, so it was Hickman's run and Shooter's run, and they both have really cool stories, man, especially because Hickman also, he left like a lot of like little Easter eggs throughout the X-Men runs, and you know, the Fantastic Four runs. So yeah, I mean, I really hope that they do good, and they get, you know, a good writer and a good director to get these movies to really connect and feel, you know, like they're gonna be really connected. And I think the Russo brothers are good at doing stuff like that whenever they have to handle, you know, really big characters, whenever they have to handle several big characters on screen at the same time. You know, they're gonna have a villain that's gonna have, you know, a really lasting impact after the MCU, and I know who that villain's gonna be. You know, I don't want to spoil it for any general audience member, but just know that big things are coming, and just know, yeah, that the MCU is gonna change forever after this. So if you're just as excited as me, you know, let me know down below, because I really want to know, you know. And tell me, are you excited for any future, you know, MCU runs being adapted on screen? How excited are you for the future of the MCU? How excited are you for the X-Men saga? How excited are you to just have all these characters live in the same universe and have, you know, interconnected stories? I can't wait to see, you know, Spider-Man interact with Johnny Storm. I can't see, you know, Spider-Man finally get the Venom symbiote suit. I can't wait to see the Battle World movies, where all these smaller characters get to interact with these, you know, out of world characters, and, you know, we get the Sentry getting, you know, awesome fight scenes. We're gonna see, you know, Adam Warlock back. We're gonna see all these characters playing a big role in this storyline, and I hope that Marvel understands how big these characters are and how much they mean to the fandom, because if they really want to change things up, and if they really want to, you know, take over the box office in these next few years, then they're going to have to step up their game, and they're going to have to do better, because they know that they have the people in the palm of their hand after Deadpool and Wolverine. So they want to keep that. They want to capitalize on that, and they want to give us awesome movies. And I feel like them canceling a bunch of projects, you know, in these past few years, and them, you know, showing that they're going to be focusing on these, you know, Outer World projects and Battle World and multiversal projects, to feel more connected with this saga as it's coming to an end. And yeah, I mean, I feel like that's what they had to do since the beginning. I feel like What If could have been, you know, an entry point for that. I feel like they could have shown us, you know, a bunch of different universes. I know necessarily in the comics, you know, What If storylines don't really like branch off like that. They're just one-offs, and there's some that, you know, stay connected, like in Secret Wars. You know, there was a lot that came together and we saw a bunch of them, you know, get little callbacks and stuff. But yeah, I mean, I hope we see, you know, Worldbreaker Hulk. I hope we see Maestro. I hope we see, you know, really multiversal threats like the Void, or I want to see the High Evolutionary coming back, you know, with his comic accurate suit, with his mask, you know, now that he doesn't have a face. I feel like, yeah, for the shock factor, if they're gonna do it, they have to do it big. And yeah, just prove to us, Marvel, you care about us and you care about everything that I'm saying, because just like how I'm echoing the opinion of every other fan that is trying to see good comic book media, they have to see us and they have to understand. So yeah, I have hope. I choose to remain optimistic. I'm gonna be seeing Brave New World, even with, you know, the reception it's been getting, even with, you know, the backlash that it's been receiving. So I hope you guys do the same. Like I say every single time, I hope you guys go watch these movies, form your own opinion on them. If you don't like them, let me know. If you do like them, let me know. What are you skeptical about? What are you excited about? And yeah, I mean, this has been your boy Rojo. Thank you so much for watching, and peace.
Nosotros somos de barrio, ahora somos los dueños de la esquina. La prendo y brille.